Welcome to this week's Better Branding Tip, everybody. This week, we're going to talk about what frustrates me the most. Here we go. Dang it, man, what the heck? Have you ever found yourself saying that, or maybe some other colorful language added in there, when things just don't go right, or when a certain situation happens to you? Well, this week, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the three things that as a consumer frustrate me the most. And as a business owner, there are things that I never want to be accused of. I want to run a good business, a business that has integrity. Even though a lot of people like to consider themselves a person of integrity, if you do these three things or you don't do these three things, there you have it. So the first thing that really frustrates me and that I really just cannot stand is when people don't keep their word. I don't understand how they can do that. So when someone says they're going to be there, they need to be there. If you say this is how much it's going to cost, it needs to cost that much. When you say I'll get back to you, you need to get back to that person. These are things and phrases that people say all the time throughout their day. And some of them have no intention of doing that. Or maybe they do, but they just forget. And having a good system to be able to remember to keep your word is important. Your word is important. You know, I did a video not too long ago. I'll link it right here. And it's a video that I did in honor of my grandfather. And it's called, "Is Your Word Your Bond?" And it was a phrase that he said often in his lifetime. He passed away earlier this year, and I was able to go to Minnesota to travel there and attend his funeral. It was a very powerful, moving event, and that was just something that multiple people said when they were honoring him and speaking about him, is that he always seemed to say the phrase, "Is your word your bond?" So make sure that's the case. The second thing that seriously frustrates me is when people have a lack of empathy. Oh man, how heartless can you be, type of thing. And what comes to mind is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Just put yourself in their shoes. What if that happened to you? Or what if someone said that to you? Or what if you went through this situation and no one seemed to understand or care? A lack of empathy is something that can really stick with someone. I never want to be accused of that here at 321 Russ. We always want to be able to hear people out. We want to give them the benefit of the doubt. We want to really believe the best about people and understand that things happen and not be accused of having a lack of empathy. The third and final thing that really frustrates me is when people don't call me back. We've all been there and we've felt that feeling. You're waiting by the phone, or you're expecting it to happen today and it doesn't happen for 3 or 4 days, or never happens. If you're going to call someone back, you need to do it. If someone reaches out to you, you need to call them back. There's really no good excuse for not calling people back. Forgetting, not doing it at all. Really, it's a sign of respect to call people back. And it's a sign of disrespect to not call them back. They obviously don't matter enough, right? Because we all have people that if their number came across our caller ID, we would, if we can't answer the phone right then, call them back. Because why? We value that person. They matter to us. And everyone knows that. Everyone has that in themselves. They do that themselves over the phone. And so when you're not given a call back, or when you choose not to call someone back, it really is a lack of respect for that person. And no one likes the way that feels. And that's not something that we ever want to be accused of here at 321 Russ, is not calling people back. If you call us, we will call you back no matter what. And that's our commitment to you. And it's also about building a better brand as well. If you have a lack of empathy, if you don't call people back, or if you don't keep your word, you're not going to be building a better brand. But if you do those things, that's exactly what you'll be doing.